Run, hide, fight. Is that all we got? Run, hide, fight. That's what security professionals teach office workers these days. That's what the trailers before movies teach moviegoers these days, between ads for upcoming blockbusters and ads for Coca-Cola and buttery popcorn. That's what teachers teach 9-year-old school kids these days. Run, hide, fight. That's what we're trained to do in an active shooter situation. And it's good advice. That's what my colleague and friend, Rabbi Charlie Citron Walker, did in his congregation in Colleyville, Texas, a few months ago when confronted by a man with a gun in his synagogue. Those 3 words saved their lives. They fought, using chairs and prayer books as weapons to fend off their attacker. They hid behind whatever protection the walls of a sanctuary could provide from the bullets of a gun. And they ran away. Run, hide, fight. If, God forbid, we were confronted here in our sanctuary, that's what we would need to do. And I hate that I have to tell you that. And I hate that you have to remember it. But in the times in which we live, I do and you do. Run, hide, fight. But is that the best we can do? The best America can do? Really? In this nation of ours, about to celebrate its 246th anniversary, run, hide, fight? That's all we've got when it comes to combating gun violence? That's the strategy, Senator McConnell? That's your best recommendation, Senator Cruz? That's your long-term strategic plan? Actually, no. Those elected officials and so many others on one side of the political aisle, they offer one more strategy in an attempt to stop the bullets of AR-15s. It's a strategy we people of faith might resonate with. How could I forget? In addition to run, hide, fight, they would add thoughts and prayers. That's their plan. And the plan of all those who oppose common sense gun laws to keep Americans safer from gun violence. Friends, I have bad news for you tonight, although it's not breaking news. Run, hide, fight, thoughts, prayers, they're not going to cut it. They're not the key to reducing gun violence. They won't keep another 40,000 Americans from dying at the other end of a gun in 2022, as 40,000 of our fellow citizens died in 2021 and 2020 and 2019 and 2018, and for many years before that. Run, hide, fight, think, and pray won't stop gun violence from being the #1 killer of children in America. And those words won't explain or justify why the United States is the only nation in the world where this happens any more than blaming violent video games or mental illness will. We can't run from the scourge of gun violence or the connection between gun violence and easy access to guns, and frankly, we should not try to run. And if that's the official plan of our elected officials, run, well, I think we should not let them run and win anymore. We can't hide from gun violence anymore either. We are taught in our Torah, Lo ta'amod al dam re'echa, do not stand idly by while your neighbor bleeds. There's no running, there's no hiding, there's no praying in that commandment. If hiding is the best plan our leaders have, I don't think we should let them hide behind that plan anymore. My friends, I would submit a different strategy for us to pursue. It's not as pithy or as tweetable as run, hide, fight. In full transparency, it's not as heartwarming or as mind-numbing as thoughts and prayers are. So I'm open to wordsmithing my plan. But I know that this 3-step plan to reduce gun violence will be effective. Number one, we are going to vote. And we're going to encourage others around this nation to vote for people who will do the will of the vast majority of American people, the vast majority of gun owners who support background checks, who support closing the gun show loophole, and who support taking AR-15s off the market for civilians. We're going to vote for people who support common sense, low-hanging fruit, the least we can do gun legislation. We're going to vote like it matters, and we're going to ask others to do the same. Number two, we're going to ask police departments and the federal government, who together purchase 4 in 10 of the guns sold in this country every year, to hold accountable the gun companies who have manufactured the 400 million guns in this country, more than there are citizens, and who also outfit our law enforcement agents. We're going to demand that they hold them accountable to control their worst bad apple gun dealers, and demand that they invest in gun safety as much as they invest in killing power. And thirdly, we're going to organize with peoples of all faiths and people of no particular faith, because no American is further than a degree or two of remove from the effects of gun violence. And because organized people and organized money are unstoppable. Just ask the NRA. Friends, I am tired of running and hiding. As a rabbi who prays somewhat regularly, I am tired of praying for the victims' families, tired of praying that a government by the people and for the people will finally act. But I'm actually not tired of fighting to reduce gun violence, because we cannot afford to be tired. So let's rest on this Shabbat, and let's renew ourselves and sing and pray with gusto. Let's listen to the words of inspiring heroes like Anat Hoffman and Orly Erez-Lachovsky, who never seem to grow tired and never stop battling for what's right. And let's find strength and courage in one another and in the Holy One of Blessing and in our sacred tradition, so that tomorrow night, after we rest, when Shabbat ends, we can get back to work. Our world, our country, our children, and our grandchildren are depending on us. Shabbat Shalom.